Investigate them.
Oh, this one actually has a video.
Really?
Yeah, man.
If you don't release the video today...
Oh, but how can I release the video today?
Oh,
Which
you
band?
have to release
Which
it.
band did he play?
No, but how can I release the video today?
Okay, you know...
I have to go and speak to my friend Rastopazi, who has the video.
Rastopazi. So you were Ras what?
Oh, Charlie.
Okay, 20 minutes past 7. Send us your favorite culture song. 0244340437. 0244340437. But George Adu Jr. is here. And so you know what time it is, right?
It's a
In
the Ivory mood, yeah. You know what I mean? Feeling Ivory.
K.R.Afara.
Yeah, man. Oh, these days, fantastic. Well, sports is doing well, eh?
Oh, yes.
Right to the news. That's what we need, you know. Mubarak Castle was also around it. You know, Thomas Partey is also in it. You see, this is what we want.
So now you are going to Oman again.
Yeah, they are doing things. Oh, because they are doing things in Ghana for us. You know, Fire on the Mountain. Thomas Partey, is he really going to Arsenal? Is he staying with Atletico Madrid? You know,
yeah, so things are happening.
Mubarak Akasu is also saying his thing. So good. A lot for you in the world of sports, man.
The way you're excited, I won't do anything. You just read the news, okay? The Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle, your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *128# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. Standard Chartered Bank here for good. Now let's fight COVID-19 together. Keep calm, stay at home and make your bill payment at paybill.mtn.com.gh/postpaid or pay with Momo, Visa or MasterCard. You can also pay via the My MTN app or contact us through any of our official social media channels for more details. Stay safe and stay connected. We do for you everywhere you go. Now at Standard Chartered, your safety and well-being are important to us. We understand there may be heightened levels of anxiety during this period. We would encourage you to remain calm and adhere to all the precautionary measures shared by the health authorities. Wash your hands frequently, use alcohol-based hand sanitizers, avoid touching your face, and remember to cough or sneeze into a tissue and dispose of it right after. Our health and safety units have significantly stepped up the frequency and cleaning of our branches and any touchable surfaces or platforms that you might use, including ATMs and desks in our branches and offices. Given the protocols around social distancing, we recommend the use of our digital channels, including the SC mobile app, straight-to-bank platforms which are available 24/7 for all transactions. The good thing about banking on our digital channels is that you might just win amazing rewards anytime you transact on SC mobile. Please stay safe and keep well. Standard Chartered.
Here for good and here for the sports. So, Danny, Asante Kotoko is trending following the setup of a committee to investigate the club's transaction with Tunisian side Esperance, which has resulted in a fine by FIFA. Now, the Pokemon Warriors are facing a transfer ban internationally and locally after a $240,000 fine was imposed on them by the World Football Governing Body. Now, this has not gone down well with the club's owner, Otumfo Seitu II. Yesterday, Michel released a statement to that effect. Here are excerpts of it.
A committee has been appointed to investigate all the circumstances surrounding Asante Kotoko's transaction with Esperance of Tunisia, which resulted in a FIFA ruling and the subsequent transfer of another Asante Kotoko player to the club, and that player here refers to Kwame Bonsu. They've also been tasked, and I'm talking about the committee, to look into the club's failure to meet their obligatory obligations for the Premier League license, and all these must be done in 4 weeks. Now, the statement also mentioned that the executive chairman of the club, that's Dr. Kwame Chey, has submitted the report of his stewardship for the past 3 years to the palace. And I quote, the executive chairman of the club, Dr. Kwame Chey, has submitted the report of his administration for the 3 years of his mandate. The report is being evaluated for the consideration of His Majesty Otumfo Seitu II, the Asante Hene, and an announcement will be made in due course on the future direction of the club. End of quote.
That was Benedict Owusu, my colleague. Now, still at Kotoko, and telecommunication giants and proud sponsor of the JoySports Center, the chaotic JoySports Center, MTN, has suspended all financial obligations to the club with immediate effect. Love FM's Delali Asiase has more on the following report.
The two institutions have been in partnership for years now, with the current deal renewed in October 2018 under the current management. According to the General Manager of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Nana Kwesi Jembibi, it is enshrined in the contract that MTN can suspend its financial obligations in times of a force majeure.
For the contract we have with MTN, it is stated categorically in the contract that anytime there's a closure led by a force majeure, it means the contract can either be terminated or it can be suspended. Today, as I speak with you, there's been a letter from MTN to Kumasi Asante Kotoko claiming they are suspending all their financial obligations to the club.
Wow.
As I speak with you. And this is in conformity of the clause in the contract that allows them to do so.
The Kotoko general manager says with the current development, employees of the club should get ready for a pay cut.
There will be difficulty in terms of the club's financial situation.
Yeah.
And coupled with the absence of football. And once there is no football, it means the club is not making any money or revenue, which obviously makes it very difficult to take care of the club's financial obligations to whoever the club is in contract with. So these and many other reasons are why we have been engaging the employees of the club, especially the playing body, to accept the pay cut so that the club can be taken care of.
Away from Asante Kotoko, Black Stars midfielder Mubarak Wakaso has apologized for blaming the two main political parties, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, for the Black Stars' failure to win the Africa Cup of Nations in 38 years. Wondering what Wakaso said? Take a listen.
No, and that there may kind of only me a problem. If I born, ebia yenim, but yem pese ebeka. Etom rebia politics have Black Star. NDC ne MPP. MPP tiswa or pese MPP winning. NDC soon peso be winning. NDC tiswa or peso winning. MPP soon peso be winning. Into etom rebia and so high. It is the way I cab yare we are by any NDC ne MPP nusa pepe na we. Bibia e yema mine biasa ne se kabum ne.
Well, he was heavily criticized on social media, and he took to his social media pages to apologize, and we managed to put together his apology.
A few days ago, in an interview with Angel TV, I commented that partisan politics is one of the factors killing our national team. In fact, I mentioned MPP-NDC politics specifically. My comment was not intended to malign any political party or make anyone unpopular. However, the commentary it has generated has forced me to rethink about my position, and I think I shouldn't have made those comments. I wish to withdraw the statement I made and also apologize to both political parties and to anyone else who has been affected by my comments. I'm sorry.
JoySports, Haruna Mubarak reading the apology of Mubarak Wakaso on his social media page. Now, Thomas Partey's representatives have denied that the Atletico Madrid midfielder is involved in transfer negotiations with Arsenal. Yesterday, Partey's father, Jacob, was quoted as telling True FM that his son had entered talks with the Gunners. Now, Thomas has been one of the standout players for Diego Simeone's side in the 2019-2020 season, and the Gunners are thought to be ready to pay his 50 million euros of release clause. Now, however, Thomas' representatives have indicated that all that the father said is totally untrue. Remember, Atletico Madrid had been readying a new contract for Thomas Partey, whose current deal runs until 2023. However, they will be powerless if Arsenal pay his clause and the player chooses to leave. Let's do some more here on the Joy Sports Center. We've got some tennis for you this morning, and Roger Federer says now is the time for the men's and women's governing bodies to merge while tennis is in a limbo because of the coronavirus. Now, the 20-time Grand Slam champion floated the idea in a series of Twitter posts. He said a merger of the Women's Tennis Association and the Men's Association of Tennis Professionals probably should have happened. With more, here's the BBC's tennis commentator, Russell Fuller.
Federer says this really should have happened a long time ago, but would make even more sense in these challenging times. He's been supported, amongst others, by Rafael Nadal and the Wimbledon champion Simona Halep. There would be advantages from a marketing and scheduling point. Women could gain financially as most of their standalone events have lower prize funds. But how would men react to the potential dilution of their income and a brand which for the moment is significantly stronger? How likely is this to happen? Well, very unlikely in the short term, but not impossible in the longer term. I understand preliminary discussions have taken place, which in itself is a sign of the sport's new spirit of cooperation.
BBC tennis commentator Russell Fuller there. Now, there are more signs of sports returning soon because we have picked up the Australian government has given the green light for the National Rugby League competition to resume on the 28th of May. Now, the ARL Commissioner Wayne Pearce confirmed the NRL teams are set to begin training on May the 4th and the competition to resume shortly, 2 weeks after rugby commentator Chris Mitchell has more.
The NRL today announced that they are still going for a resumption on May the 28th, with players back in training on May the 4th, which is just, a few days away now. And I think many people listening around the world to BBC World Service right now, who are fans of the English Premier League or European football or other things going on in Europe, might be surprised to hear that. And I think some people in Australia are quite surprised to hear that the NRL might well begin at the end of next month, resume at the end of next month. It's incredible. They really are determined to get things going again.
Chris Mitchell with that rugby report, and we're looking forward to that. So at least those in Australia can look forward to some rugby coming soon. The National Rugby League will be starting, in May. So good signs that the sport is returning, and maybe very soon we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Slowly.
So clearly, we're talking about this pay card issue, Kumasi Asante Kotoko,
yeah.
Now that MTN has also pulled out the sponsorship and everything. It means that Kumasi Asante Kotoko players, managers, administrators, even fans will have to get ready for pay cut of a sort.
Even fans. Come on.
You don't have to get ready for a pay cut of a sort. But we're keeping close tabs on that. And that's actually the extent to which coronavirus is affecting the sport. It's difficult for the clubs to, raise money or get the revenue. It's very, very difficult. And so to have your long-term sponsor, long-term sponsor like MTN, suspend all of this, it's very difficult, and I hope that the club can come through this. We'll be keeping close tabs on that. There's more coming up here on the Super Morning Show. Surely you have some messages coming in. What are they choosing?
Okay, we'll bring those messages right after these, right after we hear from our friends from MTN and Rick Choco. You're live on the Super Morning Show on Joy997 FM. Stay with us.
My family loves visiting me. Because I've got the super reliable and super fast 4G plus MTN Turbonet. And with this super fast MTN Turbonet, it's non-stop fun and entertainment for the whole family at my house. Wow, I finally
this is so amazing. Connect your home and entertain your family at the speed of yellow. Get an MTN Turbonet today and stay connected to the things that matter most. Only on Ghana's fastest network. Dial *5057# to purchase an internet bundle today. We day for you everywhere you go.
Our mommy always wants us to be strong. She wants us to have enough energy to start the day. Yeah!